Datchbud Time. Maya Acosta, joined by Ashley Whitmore today. Ashley, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, Maya?
I'm great.
Been a little while since I've joined you.
Yeah, it has been a while. And I think the last time might have been when we met with TCTA, and we're meeting with them again. We are joined by Guy and Opal, who are directing the upcoming Best of Broadway show. So welcome, both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So, Ashley, I know that you're a big fan of musical theater.
I am. That's how I get thrown into all these.
Yes. Are you excited for this upcoming show?
Always. So my daughter and I, we like to go to any of the shows. We go down to the Pantages, but I mean, when we have local theater right here, got to come and see that too.
Yes, and it is very high quality. I am newish to visiting the amazing shows that are put on there at the Beekay. I saw Murder on the Orient Express and was blown away, and I know that the talent and show that is going to be done in this Best of Broadway will be up to par as well. It will be very entertaining. So, what exactly is Best of Broadway?
Well, Best of Broadway it actually came to us from a member of the theater who lived in Northern California, where the theater group every year did a Best of Broadway, which was a musical review. They would take 6 or 7 shows and put it together. And then when she moved down here, she did the first one about 7 years ago now, and now we're doing our second. So it's a musical review. We have 9 shows.
Very exciting. Can you tell us some of the shows that will be included in there?
Sure. Sunset Boulevard. We will bring you songs from Lion King, Suzuko the Musical, from
Wicked.
Oh.
And which is amazing because a lot of people don't realize that Wicked's coming out. The movie is coming out. Is it the end of this year?
In November.
Oh.
So they actually did the movie. So it kind of ties in with our theme, which we'll talk about.
Okay. Very interesting.
And there's some other shows in there we just haven't mentioned them yet.
That's good. It's a good mix for adults and kids to come see.
Yes, definitely.
It sounds like something for all ages. I'm curious, though. Can we talk about this theme?
Let's talk about the theme. When we were tasked with doing it, we thought, okay, let's pick some shows or songs. We all have to do, show tunes and songs and have our favorites. But then we wanted to put a theme on it. The theme that we came up with was, there are movies that were based on musicals, then there were musicals that were based on movies. Mm. And so we thought, okay, let's go ahead and put that together and see if we can now take that idea and run with it. We came up with a theme, and the name of it is?
So it's Best of Broadway, Stage and Screen, a Musical Affair.
I like it. Very interesting.
And there's a lot to choose from, but we couldn't possibly pack that into 2 hours.
So we'll have to guess here on what those might be then that are added.
Yes.
Well, Wicked was a stretch because Wicked isn't the movie yet, but we thought, it's coming out, so they're in production, why not?
Yeah.
So it actually worked out.
I think that's a good way to lead people into being more, excited for this movie coming up. I think it's sort of similar with, books that are adapted to movies or, video games. There's so many, the mixes of media is always very interesting to me. So this sounds like a really great opportunity to showcase that. How, aside from kind of going along with the theme that you guys set, how did you go about choosing the songs that you wanted to include?
That was a process because there's so many good songs from each musical. Once a musical gets workshopped, so, your composers and your authors put together a show, and then they workshop it, which means they take it, put it with another group to perform it, and then they cut songs out, and they cut this, and maybe add this, add another song or whatnot. So you basically get the best of what they were writing with the final production. So everything is good. So how do you choose from that? Well, usually we'd probably want to choose 10 songs, but you can't. So we just, audition process helped with that. We didn't actually have the full songs chosen until we knew who we cast, because then it helped us know who we could add to that and who would be best for what song and where it would fit. So it was a process.
So did you already have some stuff in mind with some of the people that you normally have singing in your musicals up here? Certain songs that you knew would fit them?
Well,
Kind of.
Kind of.
The thing is, you never know who you're going to get. It's like a box of chocolates.
Yeah, you never know who's going to show up for auditions.
But we were pleasantly surprised and happy with who did. There were some that we knew, and quite a few that I didn't know. Which and then also we a lot of times we get a lot of younger teenagers that come in or even younger, and they want to be in the show. So what was nice about it, we had already chosen a couple of shows that incorporated that. Oh. So when we did cast, it worked out perfectly. As I was saying, with like Lion King or Suzuki the Musical or anything like that, you have children that we were able to incorporate, and so it really worked out.
Very cool. And I see that the show is going to start at Showtime here in mid-June. So I assume you guys have been working on this for some time now. What is, we talked kind of the picking the songs and planning the whole thing out. How has it been now rehearsing and practicing with the cast?
It's been great. It's been again, everything's a process. Everything you start from the beginning. Okay, we're going to do this by then. We're going to finish this by then, and then we're going to do this by then, and then we open. We do jazz hands, everybody. But no, it's been a long road. I think we started 2.5-3 months ago. Maybe
about 3 months.
Yeah, about 3 months ago, and then to get everybody's, we're all volunteers, obviously, so people are working, people are in school, try to get all that together. But it's been a very good cast to be able to work with, and everybody's been doing their best to make sure that we can get this all together. So it's been exciting. We're really excited to where we are. We open this Friday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so Friends and Family Night is this Thursday.
Okay.
And so we're under the gun here. We're still 24/7. Opal and I are working on getting this done. We have a great production team behind us, a great technical staff up in the booth that's going to be helping with running audio, video, sound. Everything, and the lighting. So we're blessed to have who we have, and we're just down to the wire.
I have a question. So typically you go in there, and for those that have not been to a production, the people that put together your stage, your construction crew, they do an amazing job. So I'm curious, with all the different shows you have going on with the Best of Broadway, how did you make that work? Like, what do you have going on in that sense?
So it's more a general set. My theme when we were looking at the set was like doing an Art Deco thing, but kind of more like a Rockettes, Radio City kind of vibe, rather than you can't move in 9 sets for 9 different shows. So you just can't. So it's more a general thing. There's lighting and stuff that you change for each show. We're doing a little projecting, so there'll be a little bit of something themed to the show going on behind. But for the most part, it's a general set that we can use for all the shows.
That's great.
Very cool. The projecting that is done is so cool. I guess I've just not been to enough live theater, but when I saw that during Murder on the Orient Express, I was like, wow, this is such a unique way to really transform the scene. Even if you have the set a certain way, it really it makes it a whole new thing. So
Correct.
Very cool.
Yeah, and they had the TVs that was...
Yeah,
that
was
in their
really
windows.
cool.
It really, really helps a lot. Well, that's all new live theater, and even your rock or country concerts you go to, they incorporate all these LCD screens now.
Yeah.
So it's not a projection anymore. It's we can't. We're a community theater, so we don't have that budget to get that. So projecting has been a great way to do it. But all your big musicals, a lot of the ones we've gone to recently that we've seen down like at Pantages, and keep an eye out for that. There used to be backdrops that would come down.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
You would raise them up and down. They just bring
project.
out. Yeah, they bring the LED screens now, and those LED screens have all your backgrounds, and they're high quality, obviously there. But it's amazing what you can do, because then you're limitless. Before, community theaters used to, ones I've worked with, we would order a whole set of backdrops, and then we would lower them in and out. But you're limited to 3 or 4, maybe 5.
Sure.
With the LCD screens, or with what we can do project from here, you're limited. You're unlimited. You can do what you want. So we were fortunate enough to have that at this theater. To have a screen to be able to project on, and in this show you'll see that there are going to be a lot of things that we were able to incorporate with that kind of idea.
Very cool. I'm excited to see. And I'm curious, how long have you all been working with TCTA? What brought you into the local community theater here?
I came up here in 2001 and moved up here. I've been working in community theater for a long time. I'm old. No. And the Beekay Theater wasn't open yet.
Oh.
So TCTA was an entity, and they were working out of a couple different places here and doing productions. So I saw a couple of their productions. I started getting involved when I knew they were going to revamp the theater, and so it was. We opened the first show, Oliver, which is kind of cool because now we're coming full circle.
Yeah.
They're gonna their next show after Death Trap will be Oliver. So that was a production we opened the theater with when we reopened the Beekay Theater. So after that, we started doing more, more theater, and it's a wonderful outlet for those that are creative and those who love musical theater.
Absolutely.
To have this here, because otherwise you drive to different places and have to spend that time. But there's so many creative people up here, so many talented people up here, and it's a wonderful, wonderful venue for us to have.
Absolutely. Noble, how about you?
I think about 10 years with TCTA.
Wow.
My first show was A Christmas Carol right after I moved back to Tehachapi.
Oh, nice.
And I've done, some years, it all depends on your work schedule and everything. Some years I've been involved in every show made, and some years it's been 2 years or so since I've done a show. So I always look forward to, though, especially the musicals, because that was kind of my background when I came back here. So being in them and then now directing.
Very exciting. Now, is this the first show that you all have directed, or have you done others?
This is the first show we've directed together.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah, we both individually have directed shows and helmed them. So, and not just here. I've directed in all different places. And but again, what's cool about this one is we get to do this together.
Very cool. So you get to bring both of your experiences together to put together a very nice collective show.
Right.
All right. So exciting stuff. Tell us, what are the run dates for the show? You said we're kicking off Friday?
Yeah, June the 14th we open. So we go Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then for the next 2 weekends after that. So we are open from, June 14th through June 30th.
Exciting stuff.
Each weekend is Friday, Saturday, and then matinees on Sunday at 2 o'clock.
Awesome. And people can buy tickets online?
Yes. Tickets can be purchased online at TCTAonstage.com.
Awesome. And aside from Best of Broadway, which is very exciting, looking forward to it, we still have auditions for Oliver, as you'd mentioned.
Correct.
Full circle here. That's one of the upcoming shows that'll be done at the Beekay. It looks like June 15th and 17th are still some remaining dates. And it seems like their website, the best place you can go to get information on how to audition and get involved.
Correct.
So exciting stuff.
Yeah, usually they'll tell you there what you should do to come on in, prepare a song, be ready to learn a little bit of a dance because they want to see how you move. And then from that, if you have questions, there should be a contact on there as well. And but best thing to do is just come out, have fun, enjoy, and be part of a cast. There's nothing like that.
Yeah, and I know several times that we've had TCTA different members on. It's always come down to, this is a wonderful chance to be a part of your community and make new friendships and learn new skills. And there's people that go into TCTA with no experience and somehow or some way learn all of these new skills and create a new hobby, a new passion for themselves. And then, as you were saying, there's also people that have done theater or similar careers for their whole lifetime and are bringing that experience. So very great way to experience a different sort of art here in Tehachapi. So very
right.
good stuff.
And it's not just singing and dancing. It's learning the craft. Some people come in and they're like, I just want a small part. I'm not sure. And it's just something new to them. Well, they can learn audio. They can learn lighting. They can learn the backstage part or set building.
Set building.
We all build our own sets. We have some people who we have the expertise to help us in designing things that we're the idea people. We may not be the ones who actually build it.
Sure.
But this set we did. This set we were part of it.
What's amazing is how, going with Oliver and everything, knowing that we have enough youth to even cast that into Tehachapi is amazing, because that just means we're just continuing this tradition, throughout the years. And they're just, as they grow into adults and stuff, going to be doing the same thing you are and everything.
Right.
So it's great to see that.
It is amazing because one of the gentlemen that's in the production we're doing right now, he was in Oliver. I was in Oliver when we opened the show. So, and then his daughter was an Oliver back when we first did it. So it's kind of full circle. Unfortunately, she's still not living here. It would be nice to have her. It would be neat if she came back and was able to be part of it again. But it's kind of full circle, like you said, because who knows, we may get children from somebody who was in it before, or they may be part of it. We don't know. It's been amazing to see the people that come out and want to audition, be part of it, and it just shows the excitement of creativity and being part of something like that. So come out, people, come out, audition. We'd love to see you.
Do they need to be prepared ahead of time to audition? Do they go there and learn the stuff?
No, the best thing about an audition, or probably the best thing, but usually you come down, like go online, check out and see what they say of requirements. Normally what is said, be prepared with a show tune. So in other words, learn your own show tune, bring it with you, bring a song on your phone or something that you can go into Bluetooth into a speaker and perform it for us on the stage. Then when you're done with that, we'll ask you to sit down. You might have a small read of a part, maybe. It depends on what that director for that show might want you to do. And of course, in musicals, you're going to dance. So they're going to say, come, comfortably in shoes and, something that you can move around in, and be prepared to learn a short dance. It's nothing terribly horrible. We just want to see what kind of direction you take and if you can move. And typically that's an audition process.
All right. Sounds exciting. Ashley, are you auditioning?
No. That whole part about learning to dance, not me.
Me neither. I
can learn. It's just not going to look very good.
But that's the fun in it, right? Well, good stuff. And TCTA is also one of several great organizations that will be recipients to the upcoming Cheers to Charity event happening August 10th. You can get more information linked on TCTA as well if you want to donate to that and purchase those tickets. So another great cause to help support the wonderful things that you guys do. The community support is very much needed to
Correct.
keep TCTA alive and well.
Yes.
All right. Now, for folks that are coming out to the show, what is something that you guys hope that they take away after watching Best of Broadway?
A couple hours of nothing else but fun and an escape, and just to enjoy and be part of our family that we've become on the stage. And we're going to welcome you into that family for those 2 hours, and then walk out just hopefully humming some of these tunes we did and maybe say, hey, you know what? I want to see another show, or hey, I want to be part of that next show. So I think it's just, I'd really love them to just come in and get lost in that world with us.
Absolutely. Opal?
Well, and we're doing some shows that everybody knows. Phantom of the Opera. And we're doing some shows that people may not know, like Legally Blonde, the musical.
Oh, cool.
A lot of people don't know that. So just the exposure of the new shows, I think, is great. Actually, I was really impressed when we auditioned. We had people auditioning with shows that I would tell you 80% of people who love musicals didn't even know existed. Because I think especially with the advent of like TV, Netflix especially has been filming musicals to movies, not necessarily going to theaters, but on their site. And so people are getting exposure to a lot more than just the usual suspects.
Very good stuff. All right, I'm excited. I am definitely going to check this show out. Ashley, anything else here in closing?
No. Are there any shows between Best of Broadway and Oliver?
Yes, I did want to mention that.
Yeah.
The next show coming up after our show is called Death Trap, directed by Kenny Chug. That will be, I'm not sure when that's opening. I'd have to look at that. But that's in production. They're in rehearsals right now. At our J Street location, since they can't be on our stage right now. So as soon as we load out, they'll load right in and they'll be prepared to start theirs. But they do open up August 16th and they'll go through September 1st.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So it's if you enjoyed the Orient Express, this will be another type of show, mystery type show like that. So from what I understand, I haven't seen the cast yet, but I understand they have a really nice, wonderful cast, and a lot of good things going on with that one.
Now, is there any overlap between the two casts that you have going on right now between Best of Broadway and the folks in Death Trap?
This one, no.
Okay.
So with a community theater, that's the thing, as you see a show and they go, oh, I want to be that next show. So a lot of times that does happen. You know,
Yeah.
some people, sometimes you're in 3 shows at locations I've been at, you know, different areas. I've been in 3 shows at one time. That can be difficult.
Yeah, I believe it.
And for a director, that's difficult for them to try to work with others that do that. But we do it, you know, because it's what we love to do. So in this production, no, there's no overlap. Now, Jason Wheeler, who's in our show, and Crystal Wheeler, they're both helming Oliver. So they have been heavily in getting that production ready as
Yeah.
well. So what you do, you know, you get that production way ready before you even hold auditions. So I know that their mind is between the two right now, and it's a wonderful thing, though. You know, that's where the creativity goes, and I think it keeps us fresh.
Absolutely. And I think that really speaks to, too, how, you know, it may be viewed as a small town theater, but there really is clearly a lot of people involved that are able to keep so many shows in rotation and production and preparation all at once. So,
Well, that's correct. Sometimes you spend a year, you know, not in the actual production of it side, but in the side of the creation. Because, like, if it was a show I wanted to perform or to helm, I would present it to TCTA. And because they have their general meetings and proposals that you can put in. And if they pick that show, then all of a sudden you're like, okay, here's where we're going to start. And then you start creating ideas of your set, your stage. Who could be in this part? Who could be in that part? You know, and then, you know, will those people show up for auditions? Will they be right when they do? You know, there's so much that's involved in a production that I think that the common person, I shouldn't say the common, the person out, the audience member that comes in doesn't realize we've been in this for this long,
Yeah.
you know, chunk of time. And what you're seeing is a 2-hour culmination of the fruits of our labor. And it's at the end, it's a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing.
very exciting stuff. All right, guys. Anything else that I am missing here? Anything else that you want to add?
You know, we'd just love to thank TCTA for allowing us to be part of this production. And when we were asked, we had to think about it. You know, we all, you know, working and whatnot. And then the more we thought about it, it was like, yes, I mean, why not? You know, it's what we love to do. Opal and I, we met doing a musical. And later on, you know, she'll tell you it's been quite a few years. And then I proposed. But, you know, that's how we met. We met on stage, and it was that time it wasn't romantic or anything. Then it became later, you know. So I just thank TCTA, like I said, for the opportunity for this. I'd like to thank Chris Morales. She's our executive producer of the show, and she's been very instrumental in helping us. Lisa McKenzie, who's been instrumental in getting organization done, because there's so much involved. It's not just us two. When we say we're the ones helming the show, yes, but you can't do it without everybody else. So the entire board, just everybody that's been involved in this production, down to the actors, you know, thank you.
And we want to thank all of the community that comes out and supports us. I know we've already had some pre-sales on tickets, and so tickets are available on TCTA.com. And you can get those ahead of time. Some of the shows recently have sold out, so I do really recommend getting your tickets ahead of time if you can.
Right.
If you want to take your chances, you guys do, I've heard, set aside a couple, right, for the night of?
I'm not sure how they do that now,
They
honestly.
just changed it.
Okay,
So
all
I'm
right.
not sure.
Okay, so get your tickets ahead of time. Don't take your chances. Yes, because they have sold out quite often and early a lot of times. So,
But for general questions like that, go to the website, reach out. Again, that's tctaonstage.com. And you can reach out on the help section and ask your question and then get a response. So I wish I had the answer to that one, but that's probably the best way to do it.
Never hurts to be prepared.
yes.
All right, everybody listening again, June 14th through the 30th, Best of Broadway, TCTA, performing there at the Beekay Theater right in downtown Tehachapi. Wonderful way to get an idea of all of the talented folks in our community. It's a great way to spend an evening wonderful entertainment, and you can make a night out of it. Go to the show, go get dinner, check out a winery. There's so much to do here in Tehachapi and so much to offer. So thank you both again for coming in. And one more time, TCTAonstage.com to purchase those tickets.
Thank you, Maya.
Thank you.
Ashley.
Thank you.
All right. If you are listening and you have any sort of questions or comments, you can always email us, media@TehachapicityHall.com, or send us a message on our social media at City of Tehachapi, and we'll be sure to get those questions and comments to the right place. Thank you all again for joining us, and we'll catch you back here again next time on Tehachapod.
Thank you.